Okay, so we've been talking about inscribed angles. We talked about the definition here. Inscribed angle is a vertex, an angle with its vertex on the circle. The sides contain the chords of the circle. Okay, so if we look at this angle right here, it's one in blue. Okay, that's the angle we're talking about. The vertex is on the circle, so the vertex of the angle is on the circle right here. And the sides contain chords of the circle. So if we look at the sides here, they contain a chord. I'm sorry, the sides of the angle are chords. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. The intercepted arcs are the arc with endpoints on the inscribed angle. So this is what we're talking about when we talk about the intercepted, or the intercepted arc. And the theorem that we've learned tells us that if I want to find this arc measure right here, like AB in the example, that it is twice the value of the angle. So the arc measure is twice the value of the angle. So if I want to find the measure of arc AB, so from A to B, find that measure, that equals twice of 24, 2 times 24. So the measure of AB equals 48. 48 degrees. So the measure of arc AB equals 48 degrees. Let's go on here. That has to do with graphing. We'll start with this. We'll start with 4x equals 2y minus 2. Okay? So we'll start here, and the first thing I want to do, and there's several ways that we could graph this, but the first thing that I want to do is put it in slope-intercept form. So we'll do that first. To do that, I want to get y alone. So my first step is to get y by itself. To do that, I'm going to add this 2 to the other side. Plus 2 plus 2. So I'm going to have 4x plus 2 equals 2y. Okay. My last step here is to get y by itself. I want to divide both sides by 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. All right. Now I want to simplify. So on the back up. On the right, these 2's will cancel, and I'll be left with just y. And I want to simplify this. This thing on the left. So to do that, I'm going to divide by each term individually. So I'm going to go 4 divided by 2, and then 2 divided by 2. Okay, and so let's do that, actual math now. And 4 divided by 2 is, sure you know, is just 2. So we'll have 2x plus 2 divided by 2. Well, that's just 1. Okay. Now, I've got it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So now I want to graph it. And to graph it, I want to pull a couple pieces of information out. I want first the slope, my m. Well, my m, that is just 2. Okay, so my slope is 2. Well, remember that's 2 over 1, which means we're going to go up 2 and right 1. That's my slope, up to right 1. I'm sorry, I wrote a 2 there. That disappeared and shouldn't have. Let's see. So anyway, this should say 1 right here. I don't know why I can't get rid of that 2, but it should be up to right 1. My y-intercept is going to be this thing right here, this 1. Okay, whatever number is left over is going to hang in by itself. So my y-intercept, and remember, the y-intercept is a point. So the point is 0, comma, 1. Y-intercept is a point. Okay, now all that's left to do is graph this thing. So let's graph it. First thing I always graph is my y-intercept. The next thing that I'm going to graph is my slope. I'm going to use my slope to get the next point. So I'm going to go up 2. So I'm going to go start at that point and go up to 2, and then over 1. So we'll go over to 1 and put a new point. And just connect the dots. And that's it. And now I've graphed my line 4x equals 2y minus 2. So recap, 1, slope-intercept form. 2, graph it. And that's about it.